Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
6 people dead. 6 people dead because of their actions, but they put people's lives at risk for their own gain.
Shane James is accused of killing 6 people, including his own parents, in San Antonio and in Austin. Now, Texas Organizing Project is responsible for bonding James out of jail last year.
Yeah, it was in 2022. Our John Paul Barajas sat down with the former board director of that organization, who's criticizing the dangers of their bail program.
Frustration, disappointment, anger, because this is exactly something that we had called out.
A wide range of emotions washed over this man who asked to remain anonymous when he found out Shane James, who's accused of going on a killing spree in San Antonio and Austin, was bonded out by his former organization, Texas Organizing Project. In
their efforts to in-cash bail, they're actively trying to bail people out, right, who they feel are being hindered economically.
The former top board member from 2018 to 2021 explains the organization's bail program's goal is criminal justice reform, a program where TOP pays the bail for people they believe can't afford it. He says he warned them doing so would be a risk to public safety.
What is their protocol when they decide if they're going to pick up the financial costs?
They have no requirement. It is purely economic. And this is actually an example of their lack of oversight when it comes to who they're bailing out.
What was the feedback you got when you voiced your concerns?
Ignore it. They ignored it. That wasn't, my purview, wasn't in the position to talk about that.
James was arrested in Bexar County in January 2022 on 3 counts of assault bodily injury to a family member. Court documents show TOP bonded him out for $300. TOP didn't respond to our request for an interview, but did send a statement on Wednesday saying, in part, it has a thorough and rigorous screening progress in place to assess individuals who are eligible for our bail program, with a focus on assisting with misdemeanor offenses. James was deemed eligible based on our criteria at the time. We take our responsibility seriously and acknowledge that we must address both the immediate impact of this tragedy and the broader implications for our bail program. But this former board member believes TOP is in the wrong.
But they put people's lives at risk for their own gain, and that's not okay.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
It happened in a grocery store parking lot. A teenager arrested for shooting and injuring 2 adults, including a 3-year-old. 17-year-old Gabriel Xavier Garza, now in police custody, accused of shooting 2 adults and that toddler in an H-E-B parking lot on San Pedro and Able Drive Monday night. SAPD reports 2 groups of people fired at each other in that parking lot, the teenager being one of the suspects involved. He's charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, with a bond set at $200,000.
They tried to break into a detective's personal vehicle and wound up getting arrested. 3 people in jail tonight after a shoot-off with an off-duty detective. This happened at the Camino Villa near Bandera Road around 2 this afternoon. San Antonio police say that an off-duty detective confronted a suspect attempting to break into his vehicle at an apartment complex. And when the detective confronted the suspect, another suspect in a vehicle pulled up, started shooting at him. Nobody was hurt. 3 people wound up being arrested. Police discovered that another vehicle had been broken into and also that a gun had been stolen.
Somebody has to be held accountable. That's what a former gang member said on the stand today in the murder trial of Quentin Phillips. The former gang associate of Phillips is a key witness for the state in all this. It's a trial involving the deadly drive-by shooting that led to the life lost of a 4-year-old boy, D'Orvion Whitley. Erica Hernandez reports on this damaging testimony for the defense.
Shackled and escorted in by federal agents, Charles Bethany took the stand to testify against his former gang associate, Quentin Phillips. Phillips is one of 3 men charged in the drive-by shooting that killed 4-year-old D'Orvion Whitley. Bethany, who was in federal custody on numerous charges, explained the surveillance footage shown in court was from his stash house. On the night of July 19, 2017, Bethany says when Phillips, John Chapman, and Terrell Chase arrived, Phillips told him they had just committed a shooting.
He was standing in the driveway, and he said that they shot up Earl's house.
Earl being the father of D'Orvion Whitley. Bethany says he was upset because the shooting would lead to their homes now being targets.
What did Phillips say in response to that?
He didn't care.
Bethany then tells the jury it was him who got rid of the guns involved in the shooting and took them away from his home.
What was your intention to have happen to those guns?
Get rid of them, get them away from me.
He says he took the guns in a pillowcase to another apparent stash house, left them in a closet, and never saw them again. Bethany was also asked why he was testifying if there was no promise he would get anything in return.
Somebody got to be accountable for that.
Testimony will resume Friday morning. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
2 people are hurt, many others homeless after a fire destroyed 8 apartments this morning. This happened at 9 a.m. on Callahan Road near the medical center in I-10. Firefighters, when they got there, they saw flames shooting out of one of the buildings in the area. The smoke and the fire damage so severe that it spread to 8 apartments. So that means that multiple families lost their homes. Management at the apartment complex said that it's going to make sure that those people now have places to live.
It will be more expensive to keep the lights on. The San Antonio City Council today approved the second CPS Energy rate hike in 2 years. The utility estimates it'll cost the average residential customer a little less than $4.50 a month after it takes effect in February. City Hall reporter Garrett Berger tells us why an effort to scale the rate hike back fell short.
Better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. CPS is raising your rates.
It may be the holiday season, but not everyone was feeling it in City Council chambers.
This is not a very good present to issue to San Antonio.
Thank you very much, Ms. All the same, 8 of 11 council members approved the requested CPS Energy rate hike, though they acknowledged it was not going to be popular.
Anybody in this room want a rate increase? Yeah.
The 4.25% bump to the gas and electric base rates will bring CPS another $85 million each year. Its plans for the money include replacing aging technology, keeping up with growth, and preparing to transition a coal plant to natural gas.
You know, CPS has made a convincing case. I don't think this is a matter of if, it's a matter of how.
Northeast Side Councilman Mark White led a failed effort to cut the rate hike in half and fund the difference later through the city budget process.
It's not doing it together to ask the citizens to pay for the entire damn thing.
You couldn't convince quite enough council members, though.
And that money that's recommended that we take out of future budgets is still tax dollars.
Motion fails. But while his proposal failed, it was by just 1 vote. The higher rates mean the average residential bill will be about $4.50 higher. But to some, that's a lot of money.
We cannot be so far removed and out of touch as to scoff at $5 when residents will stand in line for 5 hours to receive a $20 turkey voucher or a $15 box fan, or cry tears of joy receiving a $5 gift for their children.
No tears of joy over this decision, though. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
So, you know, this is the kind of day where you don't really have to use up much of your electricity to warm up or cool down your house. 70 degrees out there right now. Adam Caskey joins us. Adam, what's the weather looking like for tonight?
Well, that's what we love about this time of year. Efficiency when it comes to your electricity and energy usage. 70 degrees right now, some 60s in outlying areas. Now, as we go through the night, temperatures not falling off a whole lot. Mostly cloudy, southeasterly wind at 10 to 15, increase in humidity means a warm night, unseasonably warm, 65 at 10 o'clock. By midnight, we're still in the mid 60s, and tomorrow morning, 62 degrees at sunrise. But a lot more to talk about, including fog, changes in humidity, and a windy cold front this weekend. See you in a bit.
Transit guide, let's go to 410 at East Houston, and you can see a lot of activity out there, but things are moving very smoothly on this Thursday evening. A migrant woman tells us her story about surviving domestic violence and how anyone can ask for help. What she has to say after the break.
This SA Salutes holiday greeting is brought to you by Rodriguez Trial Law.
Hi, I'm Fidel Rodriguez Jr. with Rodriguez Trial Law. We would like to thank all active and ex-military members for your service and sacrifice. Blessed holidays to all.
The scary health inspection score this taco hut got on Halloween, and the creepy things found behind their kitchen door. That more tonight on the Night Beat at 10. No one deserves to be abused. At KSAT, we spend a lot of time telling the stories of domestic violence survivors. But in Courtney Friedman's series, Loving in Fear, one group of survivors has been hesitant for years to tell their stories. Until today, migrants often feel threatened that if they turn for help, they'll be deported. Today, Courtney sat down with a brave young mother who wants other migrants to know you can ask for help.
This silly, relaxed freedom is a new feeling for these girls and their mother, who we are keeping safe by hiding her identity. Her husband is in jail on a felony charge accused of trying to kill her 2 months ago. They're both from Colombia and moved to the United States, leaving all family behind.
We know that isolation is one of the key things that an abuser does, and you feel like it made that worse?
No, pues sí fue peor. She said it was worse, a lot worse. It was physical. He would verbally put her down, and it was also sexual assault.
Magali Garcia is her case manager at the Battered Women and Children's Shelter and says her abuser often threatened to get her deported, something her staff says almost always happens to immigrant victims.
She said that was very scary because he has a lot of enemies in Colombia, and if she had to go back, then that puts her and the daughters in danger.
2 months ago, when the abuse hit a peak, police arrested him and took her and her daughters to the shelter. That's where she learned about the abuse she's endured, focused on mental health, and found a way to smile again.
She's learned that not only it wasn't her fault, but they've empowered her to recognize that she can do this on her own.
I can see in your face. I can see that.
They're already working on her immigration status and getting a work permit so she can contribute to the community that saved her life. And to any other immigrants suffering in a prison of silence, she promises freedom is possible.
She said you have to look yourself in the mirror and learn to love yourself. They tend to make you believe that you're not worth anything, but that you are.
If you are in this situation, please reach out to Family Violence Prevention Services. There are translators and so many services available to you. The only qualification you need to be here at the Battered Women and Children's Shelter is to be a survivor of domestic violence. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Now, if you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, we have compiled a list of resources on our website. Help is out there. Go to ksat.com/domestic violence. The Women's Shelter also has a 24/7 crisis line. That number is 210-733-8810.
All right, let's talk to Adam Caskey now. Adam, you were here just a few minutes ago, and you told us that it's going to be a mild night, but I want you to get us ready for Friday.
Oh, Friday, that's what we call it now, isn't it? Yep. Mm-hmm. Friday, it's going to be warm. It's going to be humid, unseasonably warm and humid. Then the cold front arrives Saturday. Why not, right? Sure. Saturday afternoon. And that's when some more noticeable changes take effect. Warm and humid tomorrow and even Saturday ahead of that front. Then the cold front arrives Saturday afternoon. Behind that front, our first freeze here in San Antonio is on the horizon. Yep, we went there. Check this out. By Monday morning, we're expecting the temperature to drop down to freezing, even in downtown San Antonio and surrounding areas. Right now, we're thinking about 32 degrees, but there is a potential that it could be even cooler than that. So that's something we'll be watching in the days ahead. Check back in for the updates. But right now, we're anticipating a light freeze by Monday morning. Before then, actually downright warm for this time of year in the mornings. Low to mid 60s Friday and Saturday at sunrise. Take a look at the temperatures out there. Big picture shows actually unseasonably warm air northward all the way into the Dakotas and northern Minnesota. The colder air is up in Canada. We're going to take a look at those temperatures coming up at 6:45. But that colder air is going to be spilling southward, and it's going to clip us. Get here by Saturday night and really settle in for Sunday and the first part of Monday. That's when we'll really notice those changes. In terms of afternoon high temperatures, nearly 80 degrees tomorrow, 70s on Saturday before that cold front arrives. Sunday, we see that high temperature drop back down to low 60s. And really, in terms of the afternoon temperatures, this cold front is just going to reset us close to average for this time of year, putting us in the mid 60s for high temperatures every afternoon next week. All right, let's talk other changes. Dew points. So temperatures at 70 now, dew points at 56, dew points on the rise, and you're going to notice that added humidity as we get into tomorrow. Dew points going to be rising. We're talking low to mid 60s first thing in the morning. That's going to lead to areas of fog. Not only will you feel the mugginess in the air, but it's going to be a little foggy out there. Here's our futurecast, and notice after midnight we start to see some fog developing, but it especially becomes pronounced by Friday morning. Around the morning commute is when it becomes pronounced, and we can easily have visibilities below a mile for a good portion of the morning commute. By 10 a.m., that fog lifts, burns off, and then we just have a mixture of sun and clouds the rest of the day. Here's the KSAT 12-hour forecast. Patchy fog through 9 a.m., 63 degrees at 8 a.m. By noon, we're at 68. Into the afternoon, we're talking 78 degrees, the high temperature with a bit of sunshine mixed in as those morning clouds take their time to break up. But 82 Nixon, 82 Floresville, Poteet 81 degrees. We're talking near 80 in December, but that's going to come to an end, like we mentioned before, with the cold front. Cold front hits Saturday around 3 p.m., just a 10% chance of a shower with it. A few rain chances toward the middle part of next week. Otherwise, we're looking dry, with the main headline being the first light freeze here in San Antonio on Monday morning. Coming up at 6:45, we'll take a look at the wind futurecast, and I'll let you know why I'm wearing my snowflake tie today. We've got an anniversary to talk about.
Oh.
A weatherversary.
Oh, love it. Thank you.
I just thought of a rhyme.
Oh, good.
When it gets foggy, Caskey's voice gets froggy. Something like that, maybe?
I like it. The doctor's here tonight. Maybe he can help.
Maybe the doctor can help, for a doc talk. We'll see. All right, the Spurs, I'm kind of curious, Mary, how Victor Wembanyama is dealing with the loss.
He's actually proud of the team's defensive effort last night. I'm glad that you asked, because we are going to hear from him. Wembanyama proud of the effort. The only kryptonite was the Spurs perimeter shooting, And then coming up, we're talking bowl games. We'll hear from UTSA's Jeff Traylor, and Nick Mantis brings us to the Alamo Bowl press conference. UTSA football team got back to work today, 12 days out from the Frisco Bowl, where the Roadrunners will be without their star edge rusher Trey Moore. Moore joined the postseason surge of college football players entering the NCAA transfer portal. Head coach Jeff Traylor saying during today's press conference, all of the transfers and opt-outs make bowl games harder to game plan for.
Just trying to guess what they're going to do, and just like they're going to try to guess what we're going to do without Trey Moore. I mean, we're all trying to, you just don't get to go watch the video like you would normally. You just got to kind of guess what they might be doing.
And beyond the game, Traylor said he's happy he got to coach Moore for 3 years and wants to leave the discussion at that. Now, we are exactly 3 weeks away from kickoff of the 2023 Valero Alamo Bowl. This morning, sports reporter Nick Mantis caught up with the head coaches of the Arizona and Oklahoma football programs. And Nick, they let you hang out with the trophy.
Hey, Mary, yeah, I'm hanging out with some pretty cool hardware right here. We got the Valero Alamo Bowl game trophy all nice and shiny and ready for kickoff on December 28th. But what both head coaches told us that they're most excited for is not just the regular things you're expecting them to say, playing at the Alamo Dome, seeing the Alamo, being in San Antonio, but also playing here in Texas. It's going to be extremely important when it comes to getting some big-time recruits in the next couple of years.
It's really important for us to start making more of a presence in Texas. If you look at our team, we have 5 players on our roster from Texas. It would probably be a kickoff for us into the Big 12 this game, and let the state of Texas see the type of energy that our players play with, and hopefully the high school coaches in the state will be excited about sending their players to us.
The San Antonio community is a community that's passionate and connected, supportive in every way. Been here to several events throughout the years. The atmosphere, the intensity, the passion, the support was, having been to several bowl games throughout the years, as good as that I've been around.
After the press conference, both head coaches stepped off to the side and had a moment where they could just kind of chat about the things that they like and they don't like when it comes to playing in bowl games. One thing that they agreed on was that they both prefer an earlier kickoff to a later one. Well, they're not going to get that with this year's Alamo Bowl game kicking off at 8:15 p.m. Central Time on December 28th. For KSAT 12 Sports, Nick Mantis, back to you.
All right, thank you, Nick. Well, the San Antonio Spurs went up against one of the tallest teams in the NBA last night. It was a good test for the Spurs, who have a sizable lineup themselves. Minnesota eventually defeated San Antonio by an 8-point margin, using their size with Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns to hold Victor Wembanyama to just 12 points. Even with that, the Spurs were right there with the Timberwolves for most of the game, but a 16-2 Minnesota run in the fourth quarter was the difference. Outside of that, the Spurs played well defensively.
First team in the West, they score 112 points a game. And yeah, they had 21 points second quarter, 25 I think first quarter, so it's promising. But and of course our shots weren't falling tonight either, so we gotta take everything we can to get better.
The Spurs' next chance to get better will be tomorrow night when Chicago comes to town for a 7:30 tip-off.
DeRozan and the Bulls in town.
Yes.
Right. Thank you, Mary. Well, from sports to esports. This weekend, KSAT will be live streaming 2 high school esports events.
Yeah, SamSat is going to be hosting an event including students from all over the area, while Northside ISD is going to be hosting its fall championships. Both of those events are Saturday morning, and you can watch them live on the BGC app, KSAT Plus, or over on KSAT.com.
Doc Talk is next.